Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a Kindle review. I ordered this back in like December or January. I think it was like my late Christmas gift to myself. With us being stuck in the lockdown, I was running out of creative outlets and things to do, so I thought, I would invest in a Kindle because I've always been like a book reader, but since I am a minimalist, like accumulating actual books is just not for me. And plus I don't have the space for it either. Like I don't have space for like a bookshelf or anything like that. So it resulted into getting a Kindle. And I like technology. It's very compact and I can take it anywhere. I've been obsessed with this thing, which, after investing over $100 into something like this, I better be obsessed with it. This is my very first Kindle. I didn't grow up with one. I remember my sister having one. She won it in like a raffle at school or something, and I just thought it was so cool. But I love physical books. There's nothing like the smell of a book and the touch and like the pages and everything that comes along with the physical book, I love. But when it comes to like space and my lifestyle as a minimalist, it just didn't fit, anymore. I really like that you can really customize it to yourself. You can make the font bigger or smaller, you can change it. There's just so many things you can do. With it being linked to my Amazon account, the way I read through books and just buy, it just make buying books so easy. Like you don't have to the most you have to wait is for it to download onto your Kindle, because once you buy it through Amazon or whatever you buy your books from, it's just like downloaded instantly into your library in your Kindle. So I've been racking up some money spending it on books. Like it adds up really fast. I love my Kindle. I got the paper white one. So it's like I don't even have to wear blue light glasses. Like my eyes doesn't get tired or I don't get headaches from staring at like the screen for hours. Like I can read all day, like from the point I wake up to the point I go to sleep. I really like that your eyes don't get tired or like it hurts, because like I'll be staring at like my phone all day and I will have to end up putting my blue light glasses on or like taking a break or something like that because of how strong the light is on the phone. And you can even adjust that on here too, but I don't know, the blue light is not as strong on the Kindle, or I don't know how it really works, but the science behind it, it doesn't give me headaches. It doesn't make my eyes hurt. And I love it for that, because then I can continue to stare at it for hours. Did I mention that I'm obsessed with my Kindle? Because I am. The only thing I really do also miss about a physical book is like seeing how far along you are, like when you put your like bookmark in there. But what I do like about the Kindle that compensates for that is that in the lower left hand corner it tells you how far along, like by percentage, or like how many more hours or time it will take you to complete the book. Like it just depends on what you set your settings on, but I like to see how far along I am in the book. And it also like tell you chapter by chapter, like by minutes or hours, how long a chapter is, because that's also something that you can't like physically see when you're reading on the Kindle than like in a physical book, because then you can like fast forward to like the next chapter to see how thick the chapter is or how long the chapter is. I will also say that a physical book, I notice like the prices are far more expensive unless you get like a deal or a sale or something than like on a Kindle. It's always like a fraction of the price, which I really like because I read through books really fast. Just spending $20 to $25 on every single book, like, and I'm the type of person that really loves to read like series. So reading through those books so fast, and each book being cheaper now, it's like I can read through a lot more series and everything. So yeah, I just like the convenience of it too. Like I was saying earlier, with like when you have to go, like say if you go to the bookstore and they don't have your book in store, like usually you have to order it online and either wait a day or two depending on where you're buying it from or ordering it from to get your book. But like with this, it's like instant. So, you know, we love a little instant gratification. The battery life is amazing. Like for me to read every day, all day, I would say it lasts maybe like 4 to 5 days. That's if I'm reading all day, like 8, 9 hours a day. But if I read less and use it less, then it'll last way longer than that. It also charges really fast. I would say like it like fully charges within like 30, maybe 45 minutes. That's pretty quick to me. But yeah, maybe that's not as fast for you, but I think that's really good for the battery life and everything. I use the app Goodreads because it links from like my phone and whatever device and even my Kindle. On Goodreads, you know, you can research books, you can follow people who are also readers, or just find like a community. You can build a community on there with people who enjoy the same books that you like to read, or like you can even keep up with like a specific author on there. So you know when they're bringing out new books. You can also create a bookshelf to where you can save books that you want to read and books that you've already read, and like they organize it for you. So like I was saying, like I don't have space for a bookshelf physically like in my home, so creating a digital bookshelf is amazing. And I really love the app. I follow a couple people on there and I get to see what books they're reading or what books they want to read and look at their reviews. Like you can even see reviews about books before you even buy them on your Kindle. I know Goodreads is like an old app, but since I'm new to the digital reading world, I guess, yeah, I really love it. I really love it. If you guys have a Goodreads and you want to follow me or want me to follow you, my name on there is Erica, just like the first name of my channel. Now to talk about the case, I will also be linking both down below, my Kindle and everything that I mentioned in this video. Actually, I'll be linking it in the description box. But I also ordered the case on Amazon. I really love it. I like that it was glittery. I really love that it has like this magnet right here, so it like stays open, and there's a strap here, and I can stand it up. Yeah, I know some people use like a pop socket to like hold on to it, but I just really like the feel of holding it like this and just reading. And when I'm at a table or something, I just prop it up and I can just continue reading. Now on to the books that I've been reading and loving. Again, I really love reading books that are in a series. So the first book the first series I read was The Court of Thorn and Roses. This series had 5 books. The first couple of books ranged from like 700 to like 750 pages. There was like one book that was like 400 pages, just to get an idea of the length of the books. I won't be really doing any spoilers or any real reviews. This is just what I've been reading and letting you guys know, just in case you're also interested. But this series is very well known. It had over like 100,000 reviews. Like, it was like a 4.5 to 5-star ratings. It's an amazing book. My favorite genres of books is romance, thriller, mostly fiction. I really love fiction because I use reading as like an escape. With this series, it had romance, it had suspense, it had action. It's a little bit of everything. Really love a good smut in a book, okay? I'm even learning reading lingo, guys. Like, I didn't even know what smut was, like never even heard of it. Love it. I loved all the characters and the storyline. It was like really addicting. I just telling you, read through those books. I read each book within like a week or a couple of days, depending on how long the book was. But I got through that series quick. I can't wait for the next one to come out. For anybody out there who have read The Court of Thorn and Roses, my favorite character is obviously Feyre or Fairy. Feyre. I say Feyre because that's a pretty name. Fairy kind of sound weird to me. But anyway, and Rhysand, which they just called him Rise, but they're my favorite couple in the series. They have like a lot of different couples and you follow their journey. You learn their story in kind of each of the books, and like there's only one like couple or like a couple of characters that they haven't really gotten into yet. So hopefully that's gonna, obviously I think that's gonna be in the next book. But yeah, I really love that book. I also love fantasy. Basically, it just have like vampires, werewolves, fairies. I like reading stuff like that, but this book specifically had fairies, and so like they had superpowers and stuff. The only character that I'm really interested into learning more about is Elaine, which is the baby sister, because the other two sisters, the older sisters in the story, they're like badasses, like can fight, can, you know, really get through anything. They have, you know, very strong personalities too, but the baby sister is more of like the damsel in distress, and everybody wants to protect her and keep her sheltered, and like they don't really get into her story that deep. Like, so I would like to know, you know, how much of a badass she is too, because I don't know, I see her more, I know she has more potential than just, you know, wanting to be pretty and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, so that's what I'm more interested into finding out in the next book. So the next series that I read was called From Blood and Ash. Love that series. It had 3 books. Again, the books was thick. It was great. Another book that had superpowers and a romance and action and all of it. Loved it. Loved it. This is another series that had over 100,000 reviews. Again, 4.5 out of 5 ratings. Loved it. Obsessed. Sad that it ended. My favorite characters was the main couple in the book, which was Poppy and Castile. Love them as a couple. Ugh, can't wait to see where things go. Again, I don't want to give anything away because that's not the type of video. If you guys do want like a thorough book review and my thoughts and opinions, let me know and I'll do that. My friend Holly, if you're watching, she recommended this book to me, or this series to me, and loved it a lot. I really can't wait for the next one to come out. She put me onto a lot of books, actually. She's the one that got me back into reading because we worked together, and for our downtime, we would like to read, or she liked to read. And I was like, wow, like I really want to get back into reading, because ever since college, you know, a girl haven't picked up a book, really. So she really put me back onto reading, so thank you. But back to the characters too, I wanted to mention, I love a power couple. That's just what grabs me, is like the storyline, obviously, a good power couple, whether they're friends or romantic partners or whatever, like a dynamic duo, it just gets me every time. If you're interested in these type of books, like this one, I recommend. Out of the last one, that's a close second. But from Blood and Ash, you must read it. And then get back to me on what you think about it. And the last series that I read, I kind of switched it up, because after reading 7 books, was it 7? 8 books about superpowers, I had to switch it up. So, you know how I was saying I love a good smut, and for people who don't know what that is, it's basically like, I guess, like sex scenes in a book. Love that, love it. Specific, give me the details. Anyway, I had to kick it up a notch, basically. So for those of you who are familiar with 50 Shades of Grey, the series that I read is very similar to it. It's called Crossfire. You can just Google Crossfire series. Oof. And this one, it was like, it's not as big as the other books I was reading. Like this one had like 11,000 reviews, like, you know, 10,000, which is on like the lower end from what I was reading before. Crossfire was amazing. It had 5 books. It obviously very similar to 50 Shades of Grey. You got the billionaire guy, you got the girl who falls in love with him, and it's all toxic and all over the place. So if you're looking for a novella, this is it. This is it. Some parts of the book, I was like, it was cringy. So I would just like roll my eyes. But I mean, what is a exotic story without those cringe moments? Trigger warning though, trigger warning. They do talk about rape, molestation, a lot of sexual abuse. If that puts you off, do not read this book. So yeah, overall, the book was like a 10 out of 5 for me. I was upset when the book ended, which is kind of like a habit for me. Like I get so sucked into these characters in their lives that once I get to the end, I'll be disappointed, because I'm like, I don't want you guys to go. Like I really love the story. And everything. If you're interested in reading this book, it's like romance, exotic, thriller, like I was saying, there's like a murder kind of thing that happens in the book. So it's like not just sex and toxicity. Because boy, does this couple get toxic. I recommend the book nonetheless. I really do. If you're looking for like a little drama in your life, that book is loaded and packed. Yeah, those are the books that I've been reading recently. I've been obsessed with my Kindle. If you guys are interested in getting a Kindle, I really recommend it. If you're a big reader and you don't want to accumulate a bookshelf, a physical bookshelf, virtual bookshelves are also great. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the little bell to be notified when I upload. Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram at aerickatenice, just like it's spelled on my channel. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.